What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to with another edition of Liddy's Leans, Lights, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me, and it goes a long way for you. That way you become a proud of great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Ended up only having four games, not a whole lot to do there in that spot. Became pretty adamant against Jack Leiter there. It was just a difficult first outing for him. The VIG was absolutely insane on that. Again, one of the tough things, trying to predict where those Ks are going to land the next day. That's kind of the premium Discord reason. You can hit me up on X. I try to answer every single person that I possibly can. If you DM me and you're polite, those are easy ways for me to have back and forth there over on X. So follow me at Eric Lindquist. Happy to let you know on any plays that change into likes or locks or anything that might get upgraded, because again, things are ever changing, odds are ever changing, and that's why, friends, we want to be very, very vigilant, but we also want to manage our bankroll early in this MLB season, stay it nonstop. And if it's your first time here, welcome. Leans, those are things I'm thinking about betting, or things that basically I have no interest in whatsoever, but it's the best play available from that game at the present time. Alike, those are things that I have bet, either going to be a quarter unit for a lot of the home run plays, maybe a half unit if I really like the home run player at shorter odds, and then a lot of the props that I'm looking at firing up, leans, likes, we'll combine some of them sometimes if I know based on previous data or past lines what something is going to be. And then a lock. There are none of them on today's card, but so far on the season 3 and 4 hasn't been very good in the lock department. Ended up getting rained out of my lock there on Thursday with Tyon going up against Puck, but we'll see if those guys end up transferring into Friday. And then, yeah, we'll be ready to rock. Be on the lookout. That could become a doubleheader with that game postponed. So not sure how that all pans out. But producer Jacob, hi, hello. We'll talk about MGM. We'll talk Odd Shopper. 15 games, so we got to get going. Without further ado, let's get to the picks. Game number 1, friends. Ooh, we're going to have ourselves a really fun slate now. Miami and Chicago. Always be on the lookout for the wind. We're waiting for the totals. Now, those might show up here a little bit later. Producer Jacob might add those if he sees them. But again, they might not be available here. He'll be editing this an hour and a half after the fact. So pay attention to it. But as it stands right now, I think if there's only the one game, Jesus Luzardo, Shota Imanaga, those are going to be the 2 pitchers. If you're looking at Puck and Tyon, that's going to probably be the game 1, and then those guys would be in game 2. It's not going to change a ton of my analysis here, but I want you at least on the lookout. Let's just talk about it, though, as an individual, Jesus Luzardo versus Imanaga. Luzardo's been struggling. Still has the K stuff, 23.9% K rate, 478 expected slugging, but hasn't been very good in the results department. 15.8% barrel percentage isn't going to help it. 4.99 expected ERA. Again, I really focus in on the StatCast data. I think that's going to be more predictive than simply ridiculous things like he's had this many earned runs and this many. It's not very predictive. We're here about predictive analytics. But anyway, Ryan, no, Shota Imanaga. There we go. I was going to say wrong thing that I had clicked on my sheet, but Shota Imanaga, I'm not sure if I buy completely into him as a major league stud, but if the wind is blowing in Wrigley, he is definitely a fly ball pitcher. 27-degree average launch angle here, 53.7% hard hit percentage. When the wind's blowing out, we're going to target this guy like there's no tomorrow. But so far, a 3.02 expected ERA, 167 WOBA. I will cite some of the surface stats. I'm happy with that. 278 xWOBA. See, that's the disparity. We're talking about a 110 disparity between the WOBA and the expected WOBA. So weighted on base average for those who care about such things. Some of you don't. A lot of you are listening more and more to go through the information, and I really respect that and like that about you. I think Shota Imanaga, though, when we talk about a strikeout rate here going up against Miami, I think we're going to see that just accumulate more and more. Now, they haven't been crazy high, 22.6%. That's just middle of the road, basically, 16th out of 30 MLB teams, but an 89 WRC plus, and then his ability with this split finger. I don't know where all these guys from Japan come in with the split finger, but it's going to be a strikeout pitch. I mean, it's definitely got the whiff already. 53.8% whiff percentage on the season. Yeah, there's going to be some Miami Marlins flopping and flailing at baseballs and stuff. And that was a weird way of putting that wording, Eric. Phrasing, it matters. Shota Imanaga, 7+ Ks. Going to call it a lean again. I do think 6.5 is probably where this one opens at. Pay attention to the wind. Always the most important thing about going to Wrigley Field. And then if there's a game 2, hit me up on X at Eric Lindquist. I'll let you know what I do. Next up, we've got the Angels going into Cincinnati. You don't see that all the time here. Red versus red. Only Tyler Anderson, the announced starting pitcher. So unfortunately, we can't focus in on Mike Trout going into Great American Small Park, if you will. We'll say he's not even leading this team in terms of hard hit. 36.4%. He's behind Anthony Rendon, which is kind of funny when you think about it because Rendon's terrible. 45.9% hard hit for Taylor Ward, who's been batting 3-hole. Logan Hop has now been moved up to the 4-hole. Has more hops with it. Now I just want to watch Superbad. Don't you? Chicka, yeah, fake ID. Anyway, Cincinnati, we're going to focus on one hitter there going up against Tyler Anderson, Mr. Anderson. We're talking a 222 expected batting average, decent. 302 xWOBA, pretty darn good. 26.4% hard hit percentage, great. But 18-degree launch angle, 409 expected slugging, fly ball pitcher heading into Cincinnati here. All it takes is one, friends, and there's a guy in Spencer Steer who's leading this team in hard hit, 54.9% hard hit. Think we're going to be looking at his home run odds. Now, we might not get what we like. But if it's better than plus 325, it's going to be on the damn card. You best believe it, sisters and brothers. I don't know why I phrased it like that. Next game. We're going to be really quick with this one. Boston taking on Pittsburgh. Brian Bayo, a pitcher that I generally like to back because we see the ground ball stuff just continue to accumulate. Now, this season, only 47.6%, and I say only, knowing that that's above average. That is better than the average Bear, or in this case, the average Bayo. My jokes suck, really. It's unbelievable you guys watch this. But 3.97 expected ERA for the 25-year-old so far this season. Pretty good results, and that's going to have me leaning towards the Boston money line here. I know that Pittsburgh has been better than expected. I understand that they are 11-8 and Boston's 10-10. I don't know what those things mean other than I don't give a flying F. It's like the scene in Step Brothers with the dad. I don't give a kids. I understand some of you have kids in the car. I'll be polite. But we're going to back Brian Bayo in some capacity here. I just don't know how yet. Boston money line going to be a lean again. That's also what DFS is for, and that's what we have Stochastic for. But we also have Odd Shopper, and that's what I'm here to present, friends. OS Premium Tools, Discord Insider Access, $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly. It is really as simple as this, friends. You want to be signing up and getting yourself as many of these goodies as possible because the Positive EV tool has been smashing all the live long day. We also have $49.95 monthly for you all the live long day. You have an opportunity, friends, to get the best in every single sport. We're talking NBA, we're talking MLB, we're talking shit. I mean, UFC has been popping pretty hard in the Positive EV tool here lately too. UFC 300 was fantastic. Max Holloway, anybody? I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. Nice plus money, dog, to be getting some money on. But anyway, $15 becomes $12 when you use promo code Lindy, 20% off. So use promo code Lindy. That's what I would do. Expert Picks, Discord, Premium Tools. Get my premium betting card in that Discord. Come hang out with us for less than $2 a day to try it out. Come kick it, friends. You might like it. And hey, if you want to troll, sounds great too. I enjoy those things. Just be respectful sometimes. That's it. Back to the camera doing camera things, whatever. We went to the regular one. It's all right. And this is interesting because I'm actually splitting exposures here on a play. Not something that I do very often because generally one's going to project out better than the other. And don't you just want to go to the one where it projects better, Eric? Yeah, you do. You do. But these are within like decimal points of edge for each other. And as such, well, I should probably explain what I'm talking about. We got Mr. Crochet. He's going to go out and just strike out a bunch of dudes. 35.2% K rate, 221 xWOBA. One of the bright spots for this White Sox dark, dim season. They're kind of the Black Sox. Just, I guess there's a Jonte Porter joke there somewhere. But whatever. We're doing a betting show. So Jonte Porter wants to join, talk. He's an idiot. Spencer Turnbull, though, on the other side, really like his stuff. 26.2% K rate, 348 expected slugging. This just comes down to this 3-15 White Sox team having absolutely no ammunition in the, well, no, we can't quote that. 22.9% K rate, friends. 73, yes, just a 73 WRC plus against righties on the season. That is dead last in baseball, 113 ISO. Yeah, I'm looking at this Philly money line. I think we want to dabble with a little bit of something there. So I'm going to be combining that actually with another play coming up later. But individually, if you're going to just play everything straight, and that's the way you generally should do it, I do it 90-something% of the time, 98% of the time, probably. And then there's the people who always talk me into just dabbling. And I'm not just talking pickup cards, because pickup cards you kind of have to. And then to lower what those potential odds would be, you have to play 5 or 6 pick cards. Not talking about that, friends. Talking specifically about individual plays. Philly -1.5 on the run line here makes a lot of sense. This is just a White Sox lineup that hasn't shown it yet. You want to pick on them. You want to double dip. And again, Crochet's been awesome, but a 44% hard hit. There's some guys who hit the ball hard in this lineup on the Philly side. We go from Philly -1.5 and also money line to a +1.5 situation. Oh God, am I really going to do this? But it's math, friends, and it's also variance, and it's understanding range of outcomes. And Justin Verlander is back in the fray. Not the band, but into the land of the living. And also, I'm sure he enjoyed his time hanging it up and not pitching with Kate Upton. That'd be fun. 295 xWOBA last season, 228 expected batting average, just a 21.5% K rate. Goes from the Mets back to Houston. He's enjoying his time in Houston, but he's going up against the ace of the Washington Nationals. Well, he isn't personally going up. They don't bat anymore, so it is what it is. But Mackenzie Gore is the guy on the bump on the other side, and he's been electric boogie woogie so far this season. Does have an 11.4% barrel percentage, but other than that, everything across the board looks awesome. 37.1% hard hit. 35.4% K rate is in the upper echelon of every starting pitcher thus far. Very small sample sizes. This is why you want to moderate, but temper expectations. Now, this wouldn't have been a lock anyway because it's the Washington Nationals on the other side of this one. But I will say, Washington's shown a little bit of a proclivity. They're not perfect at it by any means, but a proclivity to avoid strikeouts so far this season. And they've got a 109 WRC plus against righties. I don't know why I always went into that thing. I don't know why they do it. Oh boy. It's like Mickey Mouse or some shit. Whatever. I know I sound like Mahomes sometimes. I hate it. I hate it too. Washington +1.5. Oh yeah, brother. We like it. Next up on our tour, quick one, Tampa Bay at Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees probably win, but I can't bet it at this number, can I? Let's talk through it at least. Tampa Bay, number of different starters that could potentially be out there. I'm not exactly sure how they go about this one. They could do just a straight-on bullpen situation, but shout out Pete Fairbanks, because he's one of the better, closers in baseball, but one of the better just rotational pieces in baseball. Hilarious interview after the game talking about how much he sucked in one outing. It was pretty funny. You should go back and watch it. But anyway, Clark Schmidt, he's been much improved here. This guy continues to impress on me, continues to grow on me. Last season, we caught a little bit of a late surge with him. Has some power issues at times, but 320 xWOBA, I can live with that. 311 this season. 4.33 expected ERA last season. A little bit better than his 4.64 actual ERA. And then this year, kind of gone the other direction. 3.83 expected ERA, 3.68 actually ERA. Now, 12.7% walk percentage. That is going to be something you want to keep in check. You'll want to keep it in check. Unique New York. Playing Tampa Bay here. Ooh, darling. There's some righties who can do some damage if need be, but pretty good against those. I think Clark Schmidt might be the guy you back here, but I can't really do it at these. I really want to. Just feels really, really thin to be doing this on April 19th. -150 at bet 365. I wish I had bet 365. Again, not available where I live. Anywho, we back. Continuing on. Oakland at Cleveland. And we're kind of looking at another pitching matchup that has some fascination to it. Joe Boyle rules. If you were in Billy Madison, sorry, almost said the wrong one, but 29.7% hard hit percentage, 24.6% K rate, the bright spot of the Oakland season thus far. And Tristan McKenzie has something with his elbow that's like messed up, and yet he wants to pitch through it. Okay, 389 xWOBA is not good. 8.1% K rate is laughable. 19.4. You should get something fixed if your elbow is falling off of your body, right? And your job is pitching, right? I don't know. Well, as such, let's target him with somebody. Now, Lawrence Butler has the best, in terms of raw grade power. 588 expected slugging is nice, but Astros Ruiz, 13 batted ball events, 788 expected slugging, 460 xWOBA. It's pretty wild if you ask me. I'm going to be looking at his 2+ bases here because, well, Not a lot of people want to go out of their way to bet Oakland guys, and Esteury Ruiz, pretty small sample size on him thus far. As we accumulated, if that were to continue, he'd be an all-star, so that'd be cool. 2+ bases here, probably going to be close to plus money, or at least plus money. I could get down with that. I could also get down with you guys signing up for BetMGM. First bet safety net, friends, up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet loses. Yes, you want to take advantage of these offers when sportsbooks give them to you, so take advantage of it. That'd be great. You sign up at the link below, take advantage. Really great opportunity. If you have DraftKings, if you have FanDuel, if you have Caesars, if you have Bet365, if it's available in your state, great stuff. But add these offers when they're giving you great stuff. Now, whether it's $50, $100, up to $1,500 you could fire off on any individual play, you're getting it back in bonus bets. So it's a great opportunity to take a long shot, to really go for gold here, friends. Sign up at the link below, only for 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. This is probably the easiest one in a while, and somebody was just complaining in the Discord the other day. Well, not complaining. Again, that's a strong word. We have some really amazing patrons there in the Odd Chopper Discord. Again, another great reason to use promo code Lindy down below and sign up at Odd Chopper. Less than $2 to try it out for a week. See if you like it. And again, I think you'll like it, especially with Ben's soccer bets just smashing over the last couple of weeks. I think there are some people who can verify that for sure. Baseball, we're just getting it going here. We've had a really nice NBA play in. It's not playoffs technically, but play in so far. 3-0 unlocks in that department. Check out NBA Lindy's going on for this evening now as well. So check out all those great things. But anyway, that's done for the advertising, talking about stuff. Again, I want you guys to hang out with me. I want to feel cool sometimes. I wish that I could be like the cool kids. You know who's a cool kid? Adolis Garcia, but that was the thing that got brought up in the premium Discord. He's generally popping champagne bottles, the top of the positive EV chart. A lot of it has to do with the fact that last season just smashing baseballs, and this season smashing baseballs right around a 20-degree launch, 53.8% hard hit percentage. And now he gets a lefty. And I know it's Chris Sale with the 28.2% K rate. We know Chris Sale can be that dude, but also a 425 expected slugging. And this is just Adolis Garcia, where if you get to have him up against a lefty or somebody who gives up power, you just target it at short numbers. Anything better than plus 225, that will be on the card here. So not a lot of interest betting this game. Texas on the other side for those who actually care. Andrew Heaney. So it's a pair of southpaws who generally have K rates. Heaney's really not had a K rate this season, 16.9%. But I'm going to accumulate some sample size. There's not really anything attackable about this number to back Sale, but we can target Sale with Adolis Garcia. That seems like the preferred way. Again, better than plus 225. Better than 225. What is he, Aaron Judge? But that'll be on the card down there in hot Atlanta. I'm going to call this a lean like purely because I just think I like it a lot, but I haven't bet it yet. It's on the outside looking in. I think I might get a better number because it looks like the wind is blowing in ever so slightly potentially for tomorrow, and it's a little cooler in Kansas City. But that being said, it's Dean Kramer and Alec Marsh. Now, Dean Kramer's 615 expected slugging jumps off the page. That helps if people are pulling it, righties are pulling it against you in Baltimore, where you have that massive fence. Now, he is a right-handed pitcher here, going up against a couple of lefties, MJ Sweet Melendez, Vinny Pasquantino, who's usually batting 3-hole, a couple of guys to look out for, but this really has to do with Alec Marsh. 34.5% hard hit, only a 3.6% barrel percentage, generally two things I think to be good, but this is a Baltimore team that I just think is just going to chug a choo-choo. I mean, this is Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, Jordan Westberg, even these lefties, whether it's Henderson, O'Hearn, who does he have revenge in his heart? These are things that you can definitely be paying attention to. But Alec Marsh, the soft tossing righty as well here, he gets a lot of lefties that I definitely like. And last season's 5.92 expected ERA, 3.91 this season. Prove it to me, pal. Prove it to me. I think these are two targetable pitchers. So over 9, Baltimore probably going to do this by themselves. Kansas City, you know that this is an offense that I want to be backing. And against righties on the season, Kansas City, 106 WRC plus. So they're looking better than the average bear as well. Fire this one up. Lean like though, purely because it's just on the fringe. If you feel like you have too much on your card, go ahead and remove it. I'm going to be betting it. Just waiting for a better number. Speaking of a better number, this is a weird one because it's going to be cold in Minnesota, but it is blowing out to right field, heading back over from Target Field to Target Center for anybody. My Minneapolis folk. Yeah. You, me, you, him, her, you, me, him. Him, me, you. Now I want to do Night at the Roxbury. But anyway, Detroit, Minnesota, two really good pitchers in Joe Ryan here for the Twins. And then a guy that I actually expect a lot of big things for now that he's out of St. Louis, because St. Louis is just a place of sadness for pitchers at the moment. Like, look at it. It's not good. But Jack Flaherty here, been pretty good so far this season. 25.3% hard hit. 25.3% K rate, 30.2% hard hit. But there's a guy on the other side there with Alex Kirilloff, 44.2% hard hit, just a 17.2% K rate this season thus far. If that improves, if he's going to go from like a 25% K rate guy to like 17, 18, I would actually be a little bit astonished, but the hard hit has always been there. That's never been in doubt. 41.8% for his career, sitting right around 44.2. He's got himself the ability to whack it out the ballpark. And again, whack-a-mole, friends. We're getting the wind blowing out that way. Jump one into the jet stream, 14-degree launch angle. And again, Jack Flaherty, been good, but a 10.6-degree average launch angle, these are not the ground balls you're looking for. Alex Kirilloff, anything better than 378. I don't know why that's the exact number that I have on my sheet. Normally I go by fives in home runs, but must have an error. Plus 375, that's better. There, that made more sense to me. 5 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we go to Milwaukee at St. Louis. And I like the Milwaukee side of this one. I'm not going to really dilly-dally around this a whole lot. It's Freddie Peralta on one side. It's Kyle Gibson, and I'm getting the price that I want to back Freaky Freddie. Fastball Freddie, 39.4% K rate, 255 xWOBA. And I don't know what's going on with Goldschmidt. I don't know what's going on with Gorman. I don't know what's going on with Nolan Arenado, but I would call those the 3 best hitters in that lineup coming into this season. All of them are sub 34% hard hit. What are we doing, bros? Now, they're getting the loft on it. They're just not getting anything on it, not barreling up the ball. I don't know what to make of it. And now you get a really good pitcher there and a really bad pitcher in Kyle Gibson with a 15.3% barrel percentage. And I don't think it's sustainable. But Milwaukee, they've been so damn good against right-handed pitching this season. 126 WRC plus is 3rd best in baseball, up in the stratosphere of Atlanta at 1, Baltimore at 2, New York at 4, and Houston at 5, Dodgers at 6. Milwaukee at 3 is an outlier there. There's no doubt, but they do have some fun pieces. They do have some guys, Jackson Chourio. That's saying that right? Somebody will correct me from Milwaukee. I like what he has done so far, even though he's just got a 33.3% hard hit. Just finding form, he can build on that, and everybody can run for the most part. You got Bryce Terang can run. Oliver Dunn at the top of this lineup can run. Blake Perkins. That's a Parks and Rec reference. Nobody gives a shit, great. Milwaukee moneyline, half unit. We're going into Coors. Hop open a Coors on the weekend. And yeah, another play for me here. Can I get your Hancock? Your John Hancock? No, Emerson Hancock. 328 expected batting average. 537 expected slugging. Not good. He's not very good. He's very bad, actually. So this is Dakota Hudson. He's pretty terrible, too. We get 2 terrible pitchers in Coors. In DFS, this is going to be a crazy popular game. But you know what? I do think you're going to get some value here still. 11. This is going to close 11.5, 12. There's no way. Now, it's not the warmest it's ever been in Colorado, but at the same time, this is Dakota Hudson and Emerson Hancock. This has got overwritten all over it. Get it? Hancock. Signature. Next game. Toronto and San Diego up here. San Diego, Wales, you know what? Yeah, another unfamiliar thing. We have one start from Yariel Rodriguez and then Matt Waldron on the other side. Sometimes, friends, when you're not sure what to make of a pitcher, when they have all of one start in the big leagues, you don't worry about it too much. And I don't have a lot of notes about him here other than the 4-seamer looked a little bit better than what he was kind of graded out to be. Now, it still had a 500 slugging against it, so not great. 579 expected slugging, 447 expected batting average, but it's more of how it's going to set up the slider. And I think the slider, this one could end up being a decent pitch. You talk about the vertical movement, 36.5 inches of drop, 11.3 in horizontal movement. That's pretty decent, quite a bit above the average. So it's okay. I just don't want to really go out and bet complete unknowns here, but so far so good for both of these guys this season. Under 8.5 would be a lean, but I don't really have a play. Probably the most uninteresting game to me purely because I don't know what to make of these pitchers. One of the underrated things, friends, in baseball or in life in general is when you can say, I don't know confidently. And you can say that knowing that it will eventually reveal itself. I'm going to wait for more data. I'm going to be patient. You don't have to bet absolutely everything on the card, but I will say one thing that I haven't done a lot on this program so far this season, you might have noticed, is taking unders, mainly because in basketball, what happens if you take some unders the night before and then there's unexpected scratches, it generally elevates them into a more prominent role, and then people yell at me. Well, there are some real telltale signs that we should be looking at an under here. That is for sure, with Will Smith going up against a lefty. Now, Sean Manaea, a pretty decent one, going up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I think I got that right. 31.8% K rate. We like what Yamamoto is doing so far. That splitter, friends. Again, all of the Japanese guys with these splitters, they're so damn good. Just wait till Shohei Ohtani gets healthy again. I missed that splitter. It always makes me think of Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Beautiful stuff. Cowabunga. Sean Manaea, though, 27.7% K rate. We've had a lot of references today. 27.7% K rate is nifty here. And Will Smith has some problems. He got issues. Got him too. 273 expected batting average is good, but just a 31% hard hit. 31% hard hit. Expected ISO below 200 against lefties. Prove it to me, pal. Now, 13.2% barrel percentage does freak me out, but I think some of these unders on Dodgers, you're going to get some value on throughout the season. So it's uncomfortable, but I'll call it a lean for those in the back who don't want to be taking this one. I'm okay with it, but just know I'm going to be looking at taking an under on a couple of these struggling hitters that I don't think Will Smith has magically lost it, but might take him a second or two to find it. And Arizona, San Francisco, last game of the night, it's Blake Snell, and we have a 7.5 sitting here in San Francisco. I don't get it. And Jordan Montgomery isn't all that good, but 308 xWOBA. I mean, this is a guy, said this forever ago. The Yankees gave him up for a bag of potato chips. St. Louis, they should have traded him to Baltimore, where they have that cavern out in left field, and made no sense that they didn't. Ends up going to Texas, and now he is an Arizona Diamondback. But last season, 4 expected ERA. So far this season, 3.98. Everything is checking. Everything looks. So under 7.5 here to be early to the Blake Snell is going to improve party because he is the reigning Cy Young guy, and 26.5% K rate is going to go up. It's been around 31, 32% the last, 5 years. So I expect positive regression there too. Arizona, not the easiest lineup against lefties. They don't strike out a ton, but 7.5 in this ballpark, give it to me every single time. Hit me, baby. Well, actually don't. That would be really rude. That's the end of the show. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. To go to that comment section down below. Comment section? Whatever I'm trying to say. Go to that comment section down below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely little Friday slate we have before us. 15, potentially 16 games. Watch that Cubs Miami news. Hit me up on X at Eric Lindquist if you have any questions, or jump into that premium Discord. Thank you, producer Jacob. Until next time, friends, have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday.